If you're looking for a fun game or activity to use at your next training class or other event, then why not try
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
And today I'm going to show you a template that you can use to create your own version. Hey, it's Jeff with yourlearningcareer.com. I'm really excited today because I've got a new template that I want to share with you. If you've visited the channel before, you probably already know that I'm a big fan of using games and game shows in my training classes to help make them more fun and interactive. But of course, the great thing about these games is they can be used in a bunch of different ways. So if you have some other type of event, it can be great for that too. So what I want to do is I'm going to first show you how it plays. I'm going to go through and just show you how it looks when you're playing the game. And then I'm going to go in and show you how you can customize the template to create your own version of the game. So let's take a look. All right, here I am in PowerPoint. And you can see the name of this game is Who Wants to Get Rich? Of course, that title, all you have to do is highlight that, and you can certainly change it to whatever you want to call it, but that's what I'm calling it. I'll show you more editing stuff in just a little bit, but first, as I said, I want to show you how it looks when you play the game. So I'm going to put it into slideshow mode. And by the way, I just want to emphasize this is a PowerPoint template. If you try to use this in something else like Google Slides or Apple Keynote, it is not going to work. It relies very heavily on triggers within PowerPoint, and those just do not they don't translate in the other programs. So I wanted to let you know that right off the bat. Here we are on the title screen. You've got a variety of things you can do here. These musical notes, whenever you see these, that means if you click it, you can hear some music. So if you want to have some music playing while you're, kind of getting your game set, or you're doing introductions or whatever you're doing, there's that. I have a how to play section. If I click on that, it'll take me there. And then I can click back. And then I also have a how to edit section. So those you can access from here, but of course they're part of the slides. They're at the end of the PowerPoint. So you can access them there as well. You don't have to be in the show. All right, but the big thing, of course, that you're going to want to do is this, start game. So this is how we will get started with our game. It's going to take us to the first screen with our $100 question. As you can see, I don't have a real question in there right now, but I'm just kind of showing you how it works. So your question's going to be there at the top. And then to bring in your answers, because the way I like to do this, I have this set up to animate the answers in, because when I'm hosting it, I like to say the question and then reveal the answers one by one, just kind of like they do on the show. So I would, if I'm hosting, I would ask the question and then I'll say, okay, is it A, blank, B, blank, C, D, And by the way, this is really important. The way I'm advancing these questions is with the space bar. So I'm not if I click, the animation doesn't happen. I'm using the space bar on the keyboard to bring those onto the board. Okay, so this is the $100 question. Typically, this is going to be a really super easy questions. So I'm probably not going to need to use any lifelines or anything like that. So what I will do in this instance is I'm going to click the right answer, which I know is A, because you're going to see on each one of these, the right and wrong answers are already set. So all you're going to need to do is replace that text with the right or wrong answers. So the right answer is A. I'm going to click that. It's going to ask me if that's my final answer. Now, I can say no. Remember, in this game, you really don't have a time limit unless you want. I mean, that's really up to you. But in the traditional game, there isn't a time limit. The person has as long as they need to come up with their answer. So if they're kind of second guessing it and you want to say no, that's fine. It'll take it away and they can continue going. Oh, by the way, I also wanted to tell you, you see the musical notes here. So again, like I like to use this to kind of have that dramatic background music while the person is thinking. So it's totally optional, but if you want to have that, what I usually do is I'll reveal the answers and then I will click on the music so that that comes up in the background. And then if I want it to stop, if I don't want to have the music, I can just click it again and it's set up to stop whenever I do that. So that's something else. All right. But in this case, I am going to pick the right answer and I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, that is my final answer. And when I hit yes, it's going to turn green. And now I have the option for my next question. So when I click on next question, all right, so now I'm on the $200 question. The $100 question has turned green. That indicates that if I choose to walk away, I can walk away with that amount of money. And you can do that whenever you successfully answer a question and move on to the next question. And if you decide, you see the question, you think, oh, that's going to be way too hard. I'm just going to take my money and run. You can do that and you would just click on the walk away and it's going to take you to this slide to say, congratulations, you have won $100. Wow. And that's it. And then that would be the end of the game. Now, probably most of your contestants probably are not going to walk away at 100. But that's what that looks like when someone does that. So that is an option that you have throughout the game. But let's look at some other things now. So now let's look at the lifelines. As you probably know, you get 3 lifelines in this game. You get an ask a friend, you can ask the audience, or you can do a 50-50. So with these first 2, the buttons really don't do anything other than they put down some background music. So when you ask a friend and you click on it, it's just gonna play some music, some more dramatic music while the person talks to their friend. And if I click it again, it will stop. And then same with Ask the Audience. So basically with Ask a Friend, because on the TV show, it's phone a friend, right? And they get on the phone and call a friend. But since when I use this, I'm doing this with a class or a group or something like that. I'm just gonna let the contestant ask somebody in the room. Or if you're doing it virtually on like a Zoom call or something like that, you could ask, they can ask someone directly. But basically, they're just asking an individual in your group to help them out with the question. And then ask the audience what I do with that. And again, it's just going to be music when you click on it. And then the music will stop when you click on it again. So with Ask the Audience, what I'll do is if I'm in a live situation where we're all in the same room, I'll say, okay, audience, how many of you say A? And I just have them raise their hands, Or again, in a virtual setting, you could have them chat in what they think the answer is, however you want to do that. But that's what I do with Ask the Audience. So those 2, like I said, those just have some music attached to them that you can start and stop. And then the 50-50. Now the 50-50, the way that works is it will remove 2 of the wrong answers. So when I click on that, that's what it does. So now it has left me with A wrong or B right. And I think probably at the $200 level, this would be pretty easy to get correct. So again, I'll say final answer, yes, great. And I can move on to the next question. So that's how it goes. Let me go ahead and show you what happens with a wrong answer. Here I am on the $300 question. Let's say I say wrong, I say this answer, and I say my final answer, yes. So this is what it looks like when you get it wrong. It's going to give you the red. Oh, man. And then you'll get this show results. And you can see, oh, better luck next time. So in this case, I walk away with 0 because I did not hit one of the safe havens. So let me just real quick talk to those. You have these two safe havens of $1,000 and 32. So basically, once you answer the $1,000 question correctly, you will not walk away with any less than $1,000. So once I answer this one correctly, if I get any of the others incorrect, I won't walk away with any less than $1,000. I'll get at least $1,000 is what I'm trying to say. And then this happens again when you reach $32,000. If you answered the $32,000 question correctly, you will get at least $32,000. So that's how that. And then of course, if you answer the $1 million question correctly, that is your goal, right? So I just want to show you real quick on the safe haven. If I get it right, like see the 1,000, what will happen is I'll say I get this answer. I say yes, final answer, it's right. Now this time when I click on next question, it's going to give me a little congratulations. So this is going to kind of remind us that, oh, you've won $1,000. You're not going to walk away with any less than this. All right, so now you know how to play. Now let's look at how you can customize it with your own questions. And this is really, really easy to do. So for each slide, you really only need to update 5 things, right? You really don't need to mess with anything else. I mean, everything, the buttons, all of it is set up for you. So the only thing you need to go in and change will be these questions and answers. And as I said, the correct and the wrong answers are already set for you. So like on here, the right answer is A. The next one is B. Then it's B again. And this one's C. So it switches around. And then the other thing I just wanted to make you aware of, you'll see this little circle with a letter in it. That is just to remind. So like right now it's obvious that C is the right answer because it says right, and the others say wrong. But you might forget, or if someone else is going to host this or use this after you've built out your questions and answers, they might not remember, or you might not remember which one is the right one. So that's just reminding you. Each one has this little circle with a letter in it to just kind of remind you that's the right answer. And that doesn't come up on the screen. That's just like for you as you're like preparing, getting ready, whatever. So that's what that is. All right. So let me go in. I'll just go back to this first question. So I'm just going to go to the question. I'm going to highlight it and I'm just going to type my question. Okay, and then I'll go down here. Now I'm going to leave the A, B, C, and D. I'm just going to highlight. I'm going to go over the, where it says right, and I'm going to put in the right answer. And then I'll put my wrong answers. Dewey and Louie. All right. So that's it. I've put in my question, my answer, and now I can just put it into slideshow mode just to test it out. And you'll see, I've got the question there. I bring in my answers with my space bar. And which one is the right answer? I think it's A. So there it is. Final answer, yes. And there it is. And then I just go to my next question. So that's all you have to do for editing. Again, you really don't need to mess with any of the other settings. I mean, certainly if you're comfortable with PowerPoint and there's little things here and there that you want to tweak, be my guest. But I would say, I mean, really for the most part, that should really be the only thing you'd want to do. I mean, certainly you can, if you don't like this yellow, you can go up here to shape format and you can change the shape fill. You can do that on various things throughout. If you want to change colors, if you want to change fonts, you just do that like you normally would in PowerPoint. But otherwise, you can just go in, update the questions, update the answers, and boom, you are ready to play. So you could have it ready, in a matter of minutes. All right, so I have shown you how to play the game, how to customize the questions and answers. And then, of course, the last thing I want to let you know is where you can go to get it. And that, of course, is super easy because all you have to do is go into the description below. I'll have all the information there as well as the links. You can also find it in my YouTube store. So it's really easy to grab the template. I know you're going to have a lot of fun with this. And if you would, I'd love for you to tell me in the comments how you plan to use this template or how you've used some of my other games and templates. I always love to hear all the different creative things that people are doing. Thank you as always for watching. Have fun, and we will see you next time.